Hey YouTube, Jim here. Welcome to Top 10 Archive. Have you ever heard a sound that made your hair stand on end? Some sounds on their own are enough to give us chills. Others, it only takes a little context to make the sound take on a brand new, dreadful meaning. Today we're going through the 10 scariest sounds ever recorded, so pop on some headphones if you don't want to frighten your entire house. Number 10. Hurricane Ike. What do you think a hurricane really sounds like? Maybe you already know. What about a Category 4 hurricane, like the one that tore through a few states in 2008? A person at a resort in Galveston, Texas, got footage of Hurricane Ike while they were in its eye. And it's so scary, it could easily be edited into a horror film. Listen to this. Number 9. Thomas Edison's Christmas Message. It's not just natural disasters that you can listen to for a thrill at 2 a.m. Recordings of people can be just as scary. Thomas Edison recorded Harry Humphrey on the phonograph he invented. It was supposed to be a happy recording for Christmas time. In reality, it's more of a Halloween recording. Take a listen.
I am. You've heard of me often. Some say I'm a sham. But most of you know that cannot be true.
Number 8. Saturn's Rings. Do you enjoy looking at pictures of other planets? I used to, until I heard how some of them sound. And now they're more like monsters under the bed. Take Saturn's rings, for example. The Cassini spacecraft detected radio emissions from Saturn that were, well, out of this world. Scientists turned this into a frequency range that's fit for human hearing, and oh boy, I wish they hadn't. Listen to this absolute nightmare. Number 7. Alessandro Moreschi. If you're a history buff, you might know that back in the day, boys, known as castrados, would be castrated to keep their voices high before puberty. They'd sing in choirs, but never had the technology or the thought to record it. Except for this guy, Alessandro Moreschi, the only castrated man to have a solo sound recording. Without context, this would be a beautiful song. With context, it's mostly just scary and sad. Number 6. The Max Headroom Incident. This video gives you a ticket into the mysterious horror that 2 Chicago TV stations and their viewers lived through back in November of 1987. It was late evening, and things were as usual, when all of a sudden the signal got weird. Someone took over the broadcast to instead mock viewers in a Max Headroom costume, with a swiveling corrugated metal panel in the background. Both broadcasts lasted 25 and 90 seconds respectively, and despite an FCC investigation and decades of speculation, the culprits were never caught and have not been positively identified. Number 5. Red Fox Sounds. Red foxes look cute, but have you ever heard one call out? I thought they'd sound like dogs or wolves, but oh no, it's bad. These orphaned red fox cubs were calling out in a screech so eerie, you can almost hear the longing for their parents. They were later returned to the wild, but the calls will stay with me forever, reminding me more of a screaming woman being chased than the adorable animals they actually come from. Number 4. Vietnamese war tactics. During the Vietnam War, soldiers would often use recordings to scare away enemies. They had ghostly voices, which spoke like fallen soldiers telling others to turn around, and even strange animal noises that sounded like monsters. This is just one example of what soldiers would have heard. Regardless if it were a ghost, the enemy, or even a friend, I'd run in the opposite direction of wherever this sound came from. Would you? Number 3. The Aztec Death Whistle. From the title alone, you know this one has to be intense, and it is. The Aztec Death Whistle was developed to scare enemies, and in the shape of a skull, it did just that. Listen to it in action. Similar to the Vietnamese recordings, hearing this would make you feel like someone is screaming. Number 2. Kevin Cosgrove 9/11 Call. If you're not a fan of 9/11 calls, skip ahead a few minutes because this one is notoriously scary. Kevin Cosgrove is a man who called 911 during the 9/11 attacks. He was trapped in an office with 2 other people on the 105th floor, and he's concerned about whether they'll make it out or not. He talks about his wife, and he says they're near a window. Next, we can only assume that he was killed as the tower fell, and a rumbling is heard.
Hello? Hello? We're looking at financial center. Between us, 2 broken windows.
Number 1. Nuclear attack warning. You've likely never heard something like this.
We interrupt our programming. This is a national emergency. The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States government. This is not a test. A nuclear attack is occurring against the United States. 4 nuclear missiles have been launched from unknown locations and are expected to strike the United States within the next 15 minutes. Due to the uncertain tracks of these missiles, all residents of the United States should seek out and prepare to take shelter immediately.
Stand by for a message from the President of the United States.
But the United States has a system for warning of a nuclear attack. Some places have hurricane or tornado sirens, and you'd likely hear a siren for a nuclear attack as well. But then the emergency alert system would interrupt all other programming. Radio, TV, everything pauses. If you ever hear this sound, you'll be wondering what place will be sturdy enough to keep you safe. Hopefully, none of us will ever have to hear it. Thanks for watching. The scariest sound I ever hear is when my wife says to me, "Come here, sit down, we need to talk." Yikes! What's the scariest sound you've ever heard? Let us know in the comments. Before you go on to watch more videos from Top 10 Archive, be sure to join our growing number of subscribers, click the bell, and give this video a like.